and triple glaze, of course. Is it tinted, non-tinted? Is it ventilated or not? What window system do you want in your place? Glass is the new quality of build. Here we are, super start the gate out of it. Looking forward to the start up through the middle. Who's got the advantage here? Keen to watch out. Can Nico do it? Can Mason do it? Watching as they hit it. Oh, up on the inside. How good was that line? Is that, Matt? I think that was Tanner. I think it's Tanner. Oh, how good are we? Might have been Henry, was it? We'll get a better look as we glance over and they hit off the top there. And boys out to fly. Wicked to watch. Wow, indeed. How are we going today? Just cruising, just cruising. Hey, awesome. Just as we get this race to start, nice to catch up with BT here at home with AFC Motorcycles. First of all, Brendan, is this bringing back memories of your junior racing?
Yeah, big time. It's nice and rough, which I used to like.
Yeah, indeed. Hey, on behalf of the team, thank you very much for getting them behind these events. What made AFC still want to sponsor to the extent that you're doing for junior motocross?
Oh, I mean, it's still a passion of mine. I still love the industry and I still love racing, so it's just great to be able to help out. And yeah, I don't do much of the physical work around the place anymore, so just throw some money at it.
That's awesome. Hey, speaking about the resources, congratulations on Yamaha, Husqvarna, Outdoor and Power. They must have really complimented the shop well, Brendan.
Yeah, it's kind of taken it to another level. We've got rid of the cafe we had there and got some extra room, and yeah, it's made a big difference. It's just makes it a more complete business pretty much.
Indeed, even that the potholes in the yard, I see got a bit of a tar seal this last week, so you can park your Mack truck out front and hop into the shop as well.
Yeah, we hot mixed it last week, so that was a...
We put some traffic cones out and get some pit bikes out there.
We were reminiscing about a few of the earlier days, Neil.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. What was Stan the man riding the scooter backwards? So no, I suppose a bit more open. We put a fence around it, wouldn't we? But anyway, hey, good memories. But once again, thanks very much. And Brendan, from a junior point of view, what do you recall in your racing? What's the junior champs that stand out for Brendan Tootle when you think back to all those good years?
I was a bit of a late starter, so I probably only did 2 of them. So yeah, more senior days for me. But look, at the end of the day, it's I was listening to Reese before, and yeah, we've got some really good young kids here at the moment, and the sport's in a really good position. So it's cool to see that. Yeah, you know, these guys are world class, so they're going to go places, and it's really good to keep New Zealand on that world stage.
Great to see. Hey, just finally, you had the opportunity to have the Starg here and saw what that big electric bike. Where do you think that electric industry is going to go? They're a big bike into it, and I see now the world's recognised that they'll have some racing, but smaller bikes as well. Will be more electric coming up, do you think?
Yeah, I think noise pollution's a real big thing. So we live on a lifestyle block with horses around us, and one of my boys rides pretty much every night, and no one cares. So, you know, that's one of the big advantages. I don't think they'll ever take over petrol, but there's a place for them. So yeah, they're very cool for that sort of purpose.
Yeah, great one in the industry. First of all, they tell me a little bit of your hand injury at the moment. You can't quite ride as well as you thought you could. Is that a smack on your hand?
Yeah, ran out of talent again.
Ran out of talent. It's an old catchphrase from way back. But hey, isn't that adventure part of our sport? That's just gone boom, isn't it? That's the new motorcycling in New Zealand.
Yeah, adventure riding's huge, and we run our own ride, and we do the KTM ride as well, and yeah, the roads just connecting basically the really good riding, and we get to see so much country that no one goes to, you know, and it's just some really special parts of New Zealand that we're going through, and a lot of fun.
Great to see. Hey, Brendan, on behalf of all of us that love motorcycling, thanks AFC for still being behind the sport, and I hope you get something out of it and have some fun after all.
Yeah, thanks, Neil. It's a pleasure.
Thank you. Mr. Brendan Tootle, BT as we call him here. Of course, a lot of history in the Manawatu Club. As he says, a late starter, but he did it very well in junior motocross, senior motocross. Got to be number 3 NZ. Of course, a specialist in a 125 for his pocket rocket size. I'll never forget the night at Tokoroa for the Supercross when BT was on fire and put in a huge amount to our sport. Rode through there at various different makes and models of bike. And we had a whole lot of fun. Certainly went with him as well. He rode at the Motocross of Nations Support Ride 1992 and Mangy up in Western Australia as well. Won't even forget that trip with his great dad, John. So great memories of the Tootle family, and great to see them at AFC Motorcycles behind our club as they have been for so many years. Over a decade of support now, and when it came to doing the big juniors and the checkbook got opened, it was no, once again, we'll be proud to support the club as they are for the up-and-coming club champ starting in 2 weeks' time. Thanks to AFC, your always friendly bike company, and their big blossoming shop now. Of course, it's only about 3 years old anyway, and the fact that the cafe's gone, so it is now a full-on blowing shop with even more of the brands, like the Sea-Doo, like the Watercraft, like Can-Am, Kawasaki, KTM, and now Yamaha and Husqvarna Outdoors. Starg coming as well. So to think, I think somebody told me the other day there was over 20 or 30 of those bikes already pre-sold in New Zealand. So we are going a long way towards the electric world. So bring it on. All right, when I knocked into BT then, I couldn't resist that opportunity for a quick chat, and we thank them immensely. But going back to the racing here at the moment, Nico from Mason, Finn Baker ahead of Tanner Manson. So the Finn and Tanner show out with their very best at the moment. And for those overall points, Nico on 100 with the immaculate run, Mason on 88 with those 4 second place. Then going to Finn, who's then 8 points in front of Tanner. So even if those two guys are the other way round, it shouldn't make any difference to the point. So looking like we're going to have a new NZ number 3 in Finn Baker, the man from Whakatane, out there to show us his class in this 8 to 11 85cc Altherm Window Systems class. Bring it on, the Finn Baker fan club out there. Well done to Finn. Hopefully, BT, you're staying around for the prize giving. Mate, love you to do some handshaking there for us later on today as well, please. That would be pretty special. All right, in fact, there was actually a couple of the boys that rode for AFC, Matt Davidson and Zane Flips, that actually started this venue off. It was Zane, son of the owner, Mark, and he said, oh, we're going to build a motocross track at our place, and they set the track out completely different to what it is now, for the fact that all up the pits here and where the start line is was actually a huge big row of old pine or macrocarpa trees. I can't remember what they were at the time, and the track was enclosed. It wasn't as open as this, and the boys started to build it and use some of the natural hills and created a few jumps and others, and we had a big motocross here to open it up later in that year in December, and it really did kick off. Everybody said, wow, what a cool place that was. And between Mark and the riding that goes on and him, and then working with the club, we just developed it on and on and on. That would be over a decade now. So to Matt Davidson, unfortunately, young Tate couldn't ride this weekend, so a bit of bad luck to him. And we think that there'll be plenty more good motocross to come. So winding the clock back, if we think, you know, crucial people at crucial times in the club, you know, if there's a couple of young people who came to the club and said, we want to put on an event, the committee went, well, of course you can. It wasn't the usual people around the table. It was Matt's fabulous mum and dad, the great Carmen and Brian. Carmen, of course, is now our patron as well, that we acknowledged at the time. And wow, we thought these kids, if they want to organise it, well, we called them kids, they weren't kids, they were young adults, but to think that they were guys in their 20s, that they were going to help to organise motocross, and we went, this is just such a fabulous thing for the club, and they've gone on and built it up since then. So to Matt and to Zane, take a bow for what you created all those years ago. You didn't realise, guys, what you were actually doing was to create this fabulous top-class national circuit that's been part of both senior and now junior motocross nationals. So a bit of history for Manawatu Orion. All right, out there as well with Altherm Window Systems, 8 to 10 years class, and those battles still going on. They'll go on and on and on, and I'll tell you what, we've been trying to smooth it out and make it the easiest possible. These kids will be totally energy drained after a practice qualifier, 2 further practices, 1 each day, and then the further racing. So effectively you've got what has been 5 championship races and a practice qualifier plus the other 2. That's 8 events to go out on the track over the 3 days. Certainly these kids putting it all on, and I want to see the ones that are putting in their best efforts till the end of the day. When you can do your moto like the young Finn Baker, proving that you put all that hard yards in, that you can get the reward that you deserve. Altherm Window Systems proud to be behind 8 to 10 years racing, so wicked to watch. There they go. All right, so still Nico in the front, Mason in that second place, Finn to go into third, Tanner up there as well. All started with a little bit of excitement and a roar, didn't it, out there when we saw an upset from the front. There we are, there's our letter E. Go Mason, mighty performance from the young Isagalis, and what a likeable young man. Good to see that Andy, Bike Sport NZ, able to just catch his chat that we did when we did the interview. And we'll have him up on the podium as well. That's another reason everybody wants to come to prize giving. Hear our young Australian and see what he's got to say. And we're all going to get on his fan page, aren't we? We're going to get behind Mason and say, we want to follow you when you're racing in Australia and around the world. You're going places in our sport, mate. So, you know, he's the next Todd Waters, Dean Ferris, you know, maybe even call him Chad Reed or the likes, we don't know. But anyway, out of Australia, we've had some wicked riders come here to race in New Zealand, and he is one of the younger, and we'll follow him with passion and interest. And particularly it raises the standard of our riding. That's why we want Australians to come over to our New Zealand champs. That's why it was great last year that we had 4 Kiwis go to the Australian Championship. And 3 of those, of course, ended up on the podium. Cooper Phillips with a number 3, Nico Verhoeven with a number 1, Connor Feather with a number 1, and Ollie Corbin having a ride for top 10 as well. So pretty awesome. We hope there's a few more Kiwis thinking of going to the Aussie Champs this year as well. It will be great to see. Dave, the clerk of the course, here with us today. Dave and I commentated the 1999 or 2000. Oh, jeepers, I'll have to just double check the year. Junior champs went to a place called Newry in Victoria. And we commentated the championship event over there that year. It was won by a young Tasmanian rider by the name of Brodie Jennings. And Brodie went on to some great feats in moto as well. So always good to see the Aussies mixing with the Kiwis, whether it's the Aussies coming here or the Kiwis going over there. That's what the Anzac spirit is all about. After all, it is Anzac week with a holiday on Thursday. Yippee. I'm in a 3-day week this week. I might sneak off for Friday, eh? Yeah, have a nice 4-day weekend again. I've been used to it. I've just had a 4-day weekend this weekend, haven't we? I can get used to that kind of lifestyle. Oh, there we go with a bit of KB up there and kick butt racing to launch himself up over the super jump. All these young riders giving it their all in the last moto of the day. To all the parents out there, here we are with Mason again. Go, go, go for Mason. Good work as he gets it together. So Mason's still in touch with that runner-up place. Looking out for Finn. How far back is he? Finn and Tanner going for the glory. Tanner, probably with his experience here, was hoping he could get up with him, but I'll tell you what, Finn Baker had another idea about that in the South Turn Window Systems, 8 to 11 years class. So it is still from the front to Nico, Mason, Finn, Tanner, Sebastian Bassett in at 5. Go to Billy Finnegan, go the man who are 2. Billy looking good ahead of Charlie. So Billy, I think he told me this morning, he was lying in 7th place. How good for our 3 men who are 2 riders in this class. Jackson Stagg to Charlie Purvis and this young man, Billy Finnegan. 3 men who are 2 riders. The hopes of the men who are 2 club lying on these 3 kids, but more the fact that they're only in the 8 to 10 years. They've got to blossom. They've got another 5 or 6 years of junior motocross in front for them. So this is just fabulous. So well done. 8 to 10 years racing. Go Billy, go Jackson, and go Charlie. Loving all their work out there. And they're supported by our local bike shops between AFC Motorcycles and Co-op Honda as well. So good on you dudes. Nice to see. Here we go. Now looking for the charge. There's Charlie. You can pick him up with the bright yellow bike out there. So good for that man on that Robertson Prestige supported machine. So go Charlie. He's going to look and try and create himself into the top 10. Jackson was, I think it was Jackson in 10th or 11th this morning, something like that. So he'll be hoping he can get up to join the top 10. In fact, go to the official results. Where was he? Yes, he was in 10th. 45 points, 39's behind him with Jackson Kelly, and 49 in front of him with Charlie and Sebastian. So we'll just see where he's going there at the moment. Oh, no, in 7th place. So he should be good. In fact, he's even going to move up on that. No, he might do. So that'll be a close one. So there's a very good 8. So Manua 2, 7 and 8 there at the moment between Billy and Jackson. Always got to be biased and supporting the locals. You know, and these are all guys with their fathers working, and their mothers for that matter, working hard in the club also, and we really appreciate that. There we are, there's the checker going all the way. Nico to do it, and Mason stuff. We can have Mason over at the podium as well. because he had that win earlier, but he had to do back-to-back with the quick one for the practice immediately after that last race for the 65. So Mason, if you could stay around the podium as well, love to have a chat with you. Yeah, the other feature there is that Nico's become the first guy to actually win the final race of the day and also win the class overall, after the previous three had all been the winner overall, but not winning the last race. So well done. Let's have Nico and Mason up here as well. So Mason, if you could come and join us, the team, if you could bring up Mason, would be superb as well. We'll do Nico here first. So Nico to get the glory on that CML KTM, courtesy of quality sponsors like Makita Tools, Pirelli Tyres and O'Neill Wear, CML Star. And hey, is that a cool way to finish now? Nico on top, not just once but twice. Well done, matey, well done.
Yeah, 2 championships are pretty crazy. Got 9 wins out of 10, so happy with that. But yeah, just getting ready for Worlds.
Right, indeed. How did you feel like you've been while you've been out here? Are you at ease? You know, you're sleeping well, you're eating well. You find you can cope with all that pressure?
Yeah, it's out here's a bit of everything. Weather, a bit of hotness, a bit of windiness, a bit of coldness, a bit of everything.
Is it indeed all right? The body's feeling okay right now. You're finished. You're relieved.
Yeah, it's hot. I'm just water.
Well done, well done. You go back and get it. Give a round of applause, Nico. How good, ladies and gentlemen. 2 times champion Nico Verhoeven. That is absolutely brilliant, Nico. Well done. And Mason, come on up here, my friend. Come on up, my friend. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the kind of rider we want to have coming to New Zealand, because he pushes our Kiwis, and he's come here with a positive attitude to enjoy your racing. We've been waiting for this all weekend. Mason, well done. Congratulations. How was New Zealand?
The track's really rough and fun.
Really rough and fun. A little bit different for you. So how do you cope? Like, you got energy to burn? How do you do 2 classes?
I'm pretty tired, but...
All right, have you been sleeping well over here? You've been eating well? Do you like our food? Is it all right to eat?
I've only had a hot dog from here.
Oh, you've only had a hot dog from here. There you go. All right, matey, tell us about your racing back home. What are you going to be doing when you go back to Australia? What are some of the big events coming up for you?
Vic titles, SA titles, and I think that's it.
All right, Vic and South Australia to go to. It's cool. What's your favourite track in Australia to ride? Have you got a favourite one?
Rosebud.
Oh, Rosebud. Thank you. You did tell us that yesterday as well. Pretty cool for Rosebud. All right, what are you going to tell your friends about making a trip to New Zealand? Do you think other Aussie riders should come over and ride our championship as well?
I'll tell them to come in. It was really fun.
Yeah, good on you, mate. Thank you very much. Congratulations. We'll see you at prize giving afterwards. Come on, Kiwis, around for Mason. How's that? Well done. Thank you, Mason. Mason is a